Hello everyone, JayPower here and welcome to my first-person VOD with commentary. I will be rewatching a game I played on ladder from my point of view and discuss my thought process and build or execution as well. As you can see, it is a PvP on the map Daybreak. This game was played I think maybe about a week ago, I'm not sure. The replay will be in the YouTube description, so if you want to rewatch something, you want to take the build order from it, you can just download replay there. So right now not much going on, just making probes, setting my camera hotkey at my natural. I did a bit before, and this game I will be doing a build I actually did a guide on about Grubby. It is a PvP 2-gate robo expand. It's a really fast robotics with a reasonably fast expand, not the fastest but still really fast. I really like this build because it's just so defensive. The observer is just insanely fast, yeah, and it's quite flexible as well. So trying to get my probes to mine the closed mineral patches here, not too great at it, but still trying. So in this game we'll be going for a very normal 13 gateway, and 14 gas and then another pylon. Very standard. Another chrono boost on the probes. And there's the gateway. And with this build, Grubby actually doesn't scout his opponent's main base. You just scout around your base to see for if your opponent is proxy 2-gating you, because that of course is quite difficult to hold, and especially when you're not prepared. Getting my gas here. The probe is still scouting around, no proxy gates, so that's good. Go in a very normal standard macro game. Right now the gateway is almost finished, getting another pylon. Probe did his round to scout, so it's heading back towards the base. Gas is done, a bit late, putting guys on gas, but not that relevant. Gateway is about to finish, and of course you will be getting a cybernetics core after. Next step of course is to get the salad. You can get it at 18 supply, but I don't like... Actually, you can get it without cutting probes, I just noticed, so a little bit of a mistake there. Could have started the salad a bit earlier. And right now getting my second gas at 21 supply, very standard so far. Always good to keep track of your probe count, make sure you didn't miss any, you have enough, you're not oversaturated. Cybercore is about to finish, so we'll go ahead and get the warp gate. Also we'll get another pylon and second salad. So right now not much going on. My opponent just scouting, almost losing the probe there. Would be very good for me if I could get that. I'm resaturating my my probes on gas to get a better balance income between gas and minerals. The second salad is about to finish and I will be getting a sentry right after it. And look at that, that's an incredibly fast robotics. Of course when that's finished we will be getting an observer to scout my opponent's base, because right now we don't really have an idea of what he might be doing. So second gateway in the making as well. Robotics about 40% done, and the second sentry is queued up in the gateway, putting them on a ramp nicely so that probes can't get in with mineral walking. Of course you don't want to use a force field to just keep a probe out, it's kind of a waste. So right now we see a stalker and getting ready to force field, and a salad and also a probe putting down a pylon. So right now I'm using my first force field and getting an immortal with the robotics. This is essential if your opponent is pressuring you like that, because right now we don't know whether it's a 4-gate or maybe 3-gate pressure. There's a lot of things that can do a lot of damage if you don't force field your ramp or try to take your nexus too early. So right now my immortal is almost done. My 2 gateways are about to finish. He doesn't want to go up the ramp, so this was just fake pressure. I'm getting some salads now just to be safe, and getting my probe to build the nexus on the low ground. It was actually good for him that he put on this pressure and delayed my nexus. So yeah, that's a little weakness of this build. that your opponent can fake pressure, and you aren't always sure whether it's he's going to commit or not. But I did kill a pylon, not too big of a loss for him, of course. I didn't end up killing any of his units, and my observer is delayed. So right off the bat, honestly, I'm not in that good of a situation, but on the other end, I didn't lose any sentries, I didn't lose any probes or anything else, so decent position. Already have my robotics, Nexus is on the way, and once my observer arrives, we know how good of a situation we'll be in. And as you can see, I saw with my observer, his observer, so I know that he's going for a robotics build as well. So immediately I throw down the Templar Archive, no, the Twilight Council, oh excuse me, the Twilight Council to get Blink. Of course, this is very common to do. If your opponent goes for a similar build, or robotics expand or expand then robo, there's no real reason why you should win, because you aren't ahead, most likely. Especially in this case, my Nexus is a bit later. He has a gateway more than me, so he could do some pressure. There's you see the observer of my opponent, so you need something else to be ahead of your opponent, and Blink is a great way to get the edge. Of course, you still have to make immortals to be safe and to do the attack. And as you can see, with my observer, I saw the robotics bay, so I know my opponent is going for a very standard Colossus-based composition. You can't actually see it now through the fog of war. I don't think he cancelled it. I'm pretty sure I saw the robotics bay of my opponent. So I'm going for a 6 gateway push with Blink. I stopped making immortals to get my gateways up a bit faster, because I do want to hit before my opponent has a Colossus. I'm scouting around with my probe, not my probe, but my observer, if only that was possible, scouting with your probe, to see what kind of units he's making, if he's getting more production, etc, etc. Always good to keep a good track of your probe count and rally your Nexus to your natural as soon as it's done. So my goal here is just to get 18 probes on the natural, no gas at the natural, to get a healthy balance in economy. My Blink is about to finish, as well as my gateways, and it's time to go. Of course, I'm getting a War Prism with my robotics for fast reinforcements, or to do some drops in his main base to divide his attention. I'm kind of waiting for that. More gateways are finishing up, so I'm still sort of camping at my base and about to move out. I still think he doesn't have a Colossus. Maybe he has his first Colossus out. Right, so right now I see he's attacking. Lose some zealots against his force fields. So I think I'm in a really good position right now. He's doing a Immortal Gateway attack, and I'm defending with Immortals and Gateway units, but I have Blink. So I think I'm in the advantage there, because I can use a Micro to be more cost efficient and kill more of his units. So I'm grouping my Blink stocks on hotkey 2. I'm gonna try to use them to snipe some pylons, and I see a free immortal, so I immediately take that out. And since he didn't come back, I assume he's coming around from the other side, and with the pylon I placed there, I see that coming. So I'm taking now the other pylon with my Blink stalkers and get ready for the engagement. So he has to back off now because of my force fields. He doesn't have Blink, so he cannot commit as heavily as I can, like I'm doing right now. And right now, as you can see, I can micro against his gateway immortal force. Of course, it has some limits. Immortals are still good against stalkers, but with Blink Stalker Micro, you can definitely increase the cost effectiveness of your own units. So he's breaking through a little bit here. My money is getting a little bit high. Having some problems microing, losing my immortals, and we have to be careful with that immortal. Keep that alive. Very brave Blink. Should not have done that potentially, but here comes with the other attack. We both still have one immortal left. They're low on health. I do not quite want to Blink in here. I still think it's maybe a bit too many units. But I think with my immortal and his immortal about to die now, I'm in a really good position. I'm making some more immortals of my own. I do have the defender's advantage, and my money is low, so there's no reason I should lose this engagement. My minerals are getting high though, so I'm getting my gases in my main base and starting to probe, starting to make some more probes. Now, of course, if he retreats and is very defensive, we might have to go into a later game, so you don't want to be stuck on just 20 probes in the natural. So here he comes again with the attack, but with the Blink Stalker Micro it isn't enough. That's ladder game number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be uploading more of these first-person VODs, so make sure to subscribe if you're interested in those. I will be also making guides as much as I can. Of course, I don't want to make guides in quantity, I want to go for quality. But with more and more tournaments these days releasing replay packs, I think it shouldn't be that hard to find some good builds to make a guide on. So again, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and hopefully I see you in the next video.